This is the fifth installment in life during the coronavirus epidemic. This is still the year 0 CE, the first of the coronavirus era. All about me, I hear people talking about a TV show. I think it's on Netflix, I don't know. And they're watching it. I think it's called something like the Noble Tiger or the Tiger Lord or the Tiger something. I know nothing about it. But when these people speak about it, they remark, one and all, on how stupid it is. It's so stupid that I can't bear to watch it, they all say, and yet, apparently, they do watch it. That, or they stop watching it, and then, perhaps forgetting how stupid it really is, they watch it again and feel again that terrible stupidity. The very least it does is that it gives them something to talk about. It seems to me that such a show was made for these times. How odd these days are. More strange than threatening, I think. I heard a small businessman talking. He said his business had been classified as essential, so he was lucky he could go on working. But he said that was difficult because half his employees were not showing up for work. They had learned that they could make more money given to them by the government for doing nothing than they could by coming into work. And they said they felt safer at home. Look what we're doing, the businessman said. We're incentivizing people to do nothing. How dangerous a precedent is that? We may not get the coronavirus, but we also may not recover from this completely artificial economy that we've created. For a while, there was talk that baseball might resume play in a few weeks. All the games would be played in Arizona in empty stadiums. The players would sit in the stands, not the confines of the dugouts. The umpiring would be done by robots. The games would be broadcast on TV and radio, giving a vast audience something to do while they wait. So, the games would resume for the benefit of a captive population, and not just for making money. No one swallowed that, and in short order, a few hours, the central offices of the MLB put out a statement saying that there were no current plans to begin play. So this had been either fake news or an attempt by the sport to test the waters, and when they proved to be poisonous, to beat a hasty and humiliating retreat. I heard a report that because there were so few cars on the roads, that more drivers were ignoring the speed limits. I have no idea if that is true. They're having trouble with people congregating in groups of more than 10. Some churches are holding services claiming protection under the First Amendment right to freedom of religion. Some ministers have been taken off to jail, martyrs to their cause. Legal battles will follow. It is true that the government, in the name of our health and safety, is assuming more control over our lives, even over what used to be our private, personal lives. There will be a backlash over this. Grocery clerks are the latest ones to be included in our growing pantheon of heroes. We have to go into a store today to get some medicine at the pharmacy. They have begun to limit the number of people who can be inside based on the square footage of the building. Traffic in the aisles in some stores is now one way, and they expect you to wear a mask. All of these precautions, and yet the numbers continue to grow. What would it be like if the opposite were true? If something very, very beneficial were spreading through the human population? So you'd go out of your way to make contact, to expose yourself, so to speak. The governor was talking about exposing himself. expose yourself. That means pulling out your dinger in public. Some men do it. I don't think women do, but then they haven't got one. The governor does. I got sidetracked there. I did some more thinking about the exact opposite of what we're doing now to avoid contagion. Staying at home, basically isolating yourself, and at most keeping the social distance. The opposite would be close proximity, intimacy, which would cause the transmission of something good, something beneficial that would fortify us as human creatures. And it occurred to me, gulp, that you would call this intangible, not a virus, we would call it love. Or, not to sound so mushy, we could call it caritas, a caring, kindness, or a charity, the impulse to act kindly toward others, even strangers. Of course, in the real world, that could backfire with serious consequences. The Good Samaritan is a fine model for human behavior, but the Good Samaritan could easily find himself mugged, beaten, and robbed. Still, I can see how, when people are told to isolate, they begin to ponder the great benefits of socializing.